3 days until Christmas, and this time of year, we're all going to overindulge. It's going to happen, but it's how you make it right after, and that's why I've got my mate here to tell us all about it. Carl Williams, good morning, bud.
Good morning, mate. How are you? How are you all?
I'm all right, thanks, mate. Yeah, I mean, it's been busy. We've had the Santa sleigh run this week, and the big run up to Christmas. I mean, the kids are still in school till Friday, so it's been quite a hectic one. But all in all, we're good, mate. And do you know what? I don't think I've ever been so excited for January. And it's because of you, honestly. I mean, I usually dread January. It's like the most depressive month. Very little gigs. I go into hibernation because I'm working over Christmas. I'm usually like really down, but I'm actually really looking forward to it because I'm like, right, I'm going to get myself back on track with my plans. I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to start meal planning. I've already sort of got a few bits I lined up. I'm going to start doing like a recipe of the week as well on my show. I know like a few people are doing step into January, and I mean, I don't want to commit myself too much, but I'm definitely going to get myself well and truly back on the wagon, which I'm really looking forward to, and that's thanks to your inspiration and just I miss having all of that energy and that get up and go in the mornings. That's where I'm struggling at the moment, I'd say, is the mornings. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I really am.
Good man, and that's fantastic to hear. And I'm glad that you're at that stage. I mean, there's something that we use in the training systems that we do called the trans-theoretical model for change, and it goes through pre-contemplation into contemplation into action and moving through the different stages. And this is exactly where we need to be right now. You need to have thought about what your plan of attack is, and then we need to be planning our plan of attack. And then come January 1st or whatever that day may be to you, which is that holy grail, you actually take action. And then from there you go into your different phases and your maintenance and whatnot from there, and build your habits and form your routines. But it is really, really important now to be actually scheduling what you're going to do and what your goals are. If you kind of look at your long-term goal, like you would like a business plan, or whatever it might be, a trip abroad in a few years' time, and then you plan it backwards, back down to that starting point. And from there, then you decide, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make it fit my lifestyle? Because that's really, really important. We always find, Toby, especially you and me, I'm in the cafe now. I was down the club earlier doing bits and bobs, running around. You need to make your schedule work for you, and it's got to be adaptable to yourself. So be planning now. Whatever it is that stimulates you, whether it's that goal of achieving something, whether it's that fear of missing out on something else, whether it's the kiddies back home or whatever it might be, in order to keep you going and keep you on that level-headed playing ground. Make those goals, and then what I tend to say with my clients is write down how you would feel if you didn't achieve them, rather than when you did, because obviously there's manifestation, which is pre-planning in our head that we've already got where we want to be, and then feeling that positive vibration in our body, and then that pushes us towards our goal. But there is also something, like we said, the fear of missing out, FOMO, or whatever it might be, the fear of loss, that actually stimulates us just as much as it does the positive thoughts, and think, okay, what will happen if I don't do this? Maybe you're on that tipping point right now of going, if I, and I'll use weight as an example, and it doesn't necessarily have to be weight, but it might be the easiest way for conversation purposes. You might be 4 or 5 stone over your ideal body weight for you. And if you don't do this now, you might end up going to 6 or 7. But if you do this now, you might come back into that healthier range. What will happen if you do go past that kind of point of, there's always a point of return, but you'll have a steady decline in your health from this point on. And sometimes that is the shockwave therapy that we need to go, well, actually, I won't be able to do this. Well, actually, I won't be able to do that. Well, actually, these people are going to suffer because I can't do this, that, and the other. So there's always these different ways that you can look at things. But obviously, like we always say, if there's anything that you need, if you're struggling with motivation, if you think, and I had a question, I'm going to do a live on it at some point soon, where people go, how do you get motivated? How do you stay motivated, all the time? How do you overcome these objections and the disbelief and all this stuff? It's all by taking small baby steps and reminding yourself daily how we are just moving forward. We're not looking at the long-term goal right now. We've got that plan, but we're just looking at the day in front of you and moving forward step by step.
I think, some people say, don't look back, but I think sometimes it's important to look at some of the positive things you have done. looking back and go, do you know what? This is how much we have achieved. This is where we are going, and this is the vision, this is the dream. And whether it be maybe going for a bigger job, or it might be being a better mum or dad, or just you wanting to achieve something. I mean, people climbing Kilimanjaro, doing Ironman. We've spoke about all these sorts of things this year on Synergy Talks. And, it's important to have those goals. But I think it's important sometimes just to take stock, especially this time of year, and look at the positive things you've done, look at the impact you've had on people's lives. But also remember to enjoy the moment, because it's Christmas after all.
Absolutely.
I mean, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, enjoy it, go and have fun. I meal planned Christmas actually last night. And it was like, yeah, do you know what? We're gonna have some nice gammon in the slow cooker,
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a nice little carrot medley to go with it, and yeah, I'm gonna have lasagna, and I might put cheese on it instead of not, for example, But it's like you still can have some healthy options. And I mean, to be fair, Christmas dinner itself, it's not that bad, really, is it? When you look at it, you do have a bit of veg in there, a lot of carbs.
Yeah. I mean, like it's not really a big meal. And obviously, it depends how you cook it. And a lot of people cook with salt and fats and things like this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of carbs in there. But essentially, I mean, what happens after we have that big meal? I don't know about you, but I normally sit on the sofa for 3 or 4 hours. And if we're eating to plan, we'd normally be getting another meal in 2.5, 3 hours after. And we will be missing those meals as well. So, we might have a steady breakfast, a huge Sunday roast for Christmas Day, and then not eat again till night time. So, if you do that, you might only just consume the same amount of calories as you would on a normal day. Who knows, unless you're planning it and preparing it and there's preparation put into it. But essentially, you need to be able to have time to relax. You need to shut off a little bit. You need to, appreciate the treats in life and the things that we call, good food, whether that's bad food or not. That we call it. You've got to be able to give yourself that downtime. If it is something that you normally do, it's about your normal routine and your daily ongoing lifestyle. Because again, this brings ourselves down into mental well-being as well. There's a lot of people out there that may eat super healthily, but maybe they're not as healthy in their mind because of how they're working. It's finding that balance, which is really, really important for overall well-being. So, look back on what you've done, be proud of yourself. See where you went right and where you went wrong. And then again, make a plan on how you can achieve more from that. If achieving more is what you want to do, or if you're happy where you're at, how you can maintain that progress to keep yourself in that good place. It isn't always about trying to move on and be bigger and better and bolder and stronger, because sometimes there's a lot of mental and well-being elements that come with that as well. How much stress are we under on a daily basis trying to go from one to the other? There's horses for courses, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's right for everybody. And don't assess your goals or your success by anybody else. It's about you and you only, and what you're comfortable with and where you'd like to see yourself. So take stock this Christmas, enjoy yourself, look back, be proud of yourself, set your goals or your maintenance plan, and just appreciate the people around you in the time that we have.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Amen to that one. Matthew's been in touch. Merry Christmas, Coach. And I'm sure he'll be looking to get his steps back in the new year. I know he's looking forward to some time off, as we all are. Carl, all it leaves me to say is have the most amazing Christmas, my man. I know I'll be seeing you a fair bit over the festive period. Looking forward to it. Big night New Year's Eve as well, which I'm super stoked to be supporting Judge Jules with you guys on after the Pembrokeshire Gin Company. And before that, the Haverfordwest Bridge Meadow, the Augie Bridge Meadow Stadium. So I've got a busy one, but looking forward to it, my man, and looking forward to hosting in the new year with you.
You too, mate. Look forward to seeing you all next year as well, back at the gym. Enjoy Christmas, guys. Enjoy New Year's, and a happy, prosperous 2023.
Top man. Cheers, Carl. Have a good one, my man. Synergy Talks back again in 2023. As always, get your questions in. It's at Pure West Radio, or pop a message to Carl directly on the socials. It's your station for Pembrokeshire. It's PWR. Latest